Hello everybody, welcome back to Third Age Divide and Conquer, the finale campaign. My name is Saf, and today we're going to be looking at taking Minas Morgul. As you can probably still tell by my voice, I am still a little bit under the weather. This morning was... yeah, it wasn't a very good wake-up call this morning, but I'm feeling a little bit better now that I've taken some medication. And I am on here now. I get to chill out and play some games for a little bit. So... this episode we're going to be looking at taking Minas Morgul. We defeated the Witch King and killed the Witch King plus another Mordor general in the first episode last time. And so we got the citadel under siege. Their garrison is made up of remnant troops of the of that battle. So we got 54 maulers, we got 19 halberds and 75 scouts. They'll also obviously get their little garrison unit as well. Can't see how many they'll get. I think you'll probably get like 3 or 4 probably. I mean, it is a citadel after all, so they'll probably get a decent garrison out of that. Henethanoon is under siege by Mordor, but the troops they're using, 3 Moran and guard, 1 scout. It's more than enough for my guys to deal with at Henethanoon, so we should be okay there. Money is not very high at the moment. We are working on that, and I'm trying to develop my garrisons, excuse me, again, back over here in Osgiliath, while my main army is out ransacking Minas Morgul. I don't know whether I'll push on to Cirith Ungol, if I'll make a stop at Minas Morgul, and if we take it, we'll rename it to Minas ITHIL. I believe it was the original Gondorian name for that fortress before Mordor came along and took it. So Minas ITHIL will become that place there. So I did put some Black Root Vale archers over in Fanwylund as part of its defense. I'm actually tempted to bring these guys up this way towards Osgiliath. I think they'll be needed a lot more up in that direction. Still rebel territory along here, so Harad is not going to be coming towards us at the moment for a little while. So we're going to work our way up to Eastern Osgiliath with the Black Root Vale mercenaries. Here are our Lamadan clansmen. I was going to put the unit over here in Fanwylund, so I am tempted to still do that. I can recruit them at Calambel and Ethring. And the general at Calambel is Angbor the Fearless, whose bodyguard is those swordsmen. So, shall I put them down in Fanwylund, or shall I actually put them up in Osgiliath? I still feel like Osgiliath is going to be needing the biggest garrisons at the moment, so I'm going to send them up there. I'm changing my plans slightly. Apologies for that. So I will mute the microphone from time to time so that I can clear my chest of whatever cough I have at the moment. Yes, I know I still cough in general. It's part of my trademark commentaries. But at the moment, it's been a little bit of a pain in the backside at the moment. It's just, it's sort of been hyped up a little bit more because of this cold. It all started actually with a cold. I was really ill over one winter. Not so ill that I ended up going into like hospital or anything like that. But I was really, really weighed down with like a really heavy cold. I'm not quite sure. But it took a good week for me to clear it out with your sort of basic medication from, you know, over-the-counter stuff, you know, like tablets and stuff. Let's go into the next term. And, yeah, ever since after that, I had like a cough for about 3 or 4 months. Took cough syrup, and I ended up going to the doctors and getting a couple of different inhalers. One was, I think... Sorry, no, I only got one inhaler. One was, I got some tablets, and then I got a brown inhaler, which is like a steroid inhaler thing to help with the chest and stuff, and kind of helped, but not completely. So I've always been with a bit of a tickle in my chest every time I talk a lot, which doesn't really help when I'm doing YouTube commentaries. Let's be honest. Okay, so we got a little battle here. Fort Axemen and Fort Archers against our troops. We have no missile advantage in this, so we are literally just going to have to basically charge at them while they are coming out of the gate. But my general is made up of Pinnath Galen cavalry, I believe. Yes, he is. So 8 attack, 15 defense, a charge bonus of 10. So it's a pretty decent charge bonus. So what I might do is... I might start off by walking my militia forwards towards the gate while the enemy is coming out of it. just to close the distance a little bit, but then when I actually charge my militia, I'll have enough of a gap on one of the flanks for my cavalry to make a move. So let's get these guys to march this way here. We're going to get our cavalry off to the flank over here, ready to do some kind of charge. And let's go. In fact, I might run these guys because they won't close the distance as easily. Actually, those archers are all coming out first, so let's go get them. The rest of the army's all the way at the back. We've got archers all to ourselves. Oh dear, fort men, you've made a massive error. Cut them down, cavalry. Cut those bastards down. So we're going to chill out back here. So that's... Actually, let's bring a militia unit forward. Our cavalry should be okay with this, but it'd be nice to actually get them to do a charge. So I'll just keep these militia nearby in support in case they're required. They won't be, but you never know. I try to play these games safe. Oh, we lost a couple of cavalrymen there. Right, let's pull the cavalry out. Militia's going in. Oh, don't you dare die, General. God, Jesus. That was close. So we've got one missile unit neutralized. What we got coming out here? Axemen first. And second. Archers right at the back. So cavalry we're going to pull across to the flank. Right, militia go into the back of those axemen there while they're attacking our other militia. And what we'll do is we'll put our cavalry on this side. And we'll charge into the sides here. So we've only lost 3 cavalrymen. We lost 6% for 14. Jesus, which isn't too bad. Right, cavalry ready and charge. Yes, we're going to get a nice charge in this. Right, slap bang into the middle of the big pile there. Big impact. Captains or generals all the way at the back, which is good. So we'll pull the cavalry back now. Did I lose anyone? I lost 2 as they were trying to pull out because they decided to walk. But never mind. 2 is fine. We can manage with that. Why aren't you running? There we go. Jeez. Get those archers. Getting a nice charge in here again. Less than 100 men there in that unit now. Oh, did I just lose a cavalryman? Let's see him go. Yeah, I did. Oh, and there's another one. Aha! The enemy captain is down. Push across. Wow, I'm actually losing a fair bit of cavalry against that archer unit. Why is that happening? Well, that was a little bit more bloody than I was expecting. The other archer unit didn't put up much of a fight. That one is really done a bit of damage. Thankfully, this is a general's bodyguard, so it will just replenish automatically over time. Oh, I do apologize. I realized in the last episode, actually, the sound was rather low. So let's turn this up. I do apologize. I don't entirely know why, but it was low for some reason. So let's see how that sounds for you guys. It's a bit loud for me on my headset, but hopefully it is fine on the video. So chase these archers inside. We'll go and capture the... okay, or just don't, you know. Oh, the axes are retreating. Haha. Let's go. Everyone in. God, listen to that sound. Hopefully you guys can hear that a bit better. I will test. I forgot to test this beforehand. I will test the. I'll check the audio afterwards, after this episode, and see if I need to increase it any further. Didn't mean to press enter on that. I was actually wanting to look at the stats, but oh well. Yeah, hopefully that's loud enough again for you guys. I honestly don't know why the audio levels in my games have dropped, because this has happened in Shogun 2 as well. The audio's dropped a fair bit, and I can't understand why.
Yes. Stopping here. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
Got 2 turns for that mission. AKA we've got until next turn to finish off. Oh look, money's gone up. Nice. So over here, let's see if we get the farming. That goes up from 194 to 258. We'll do that. We've got a couple of nice forts up there that we can take ownership over. Have a general over there. So you can take there. You can occupy that place. Let's send this unit to Anulond for retraining. And then they can take part in attacking whatever the castle is down there. Lovely. Okay, so what else to get? Money doesn't go up by much. It goes up by 7, which is terrible trade. I need to get excuse me. I need to get the merchant's wharf and the dockyard to really get the trade going up there. So how about Osgiliath, Western Osgiliath, Karandros? Oh, they've broken the siege of Henethanoon. Interesting. Let's get another ranger. Now I need to decide what to build. Okay, so 4,200 here. We're not getting a lot of population growth. Let's get the farming at Minas Tirith. We're not getting any population growth there at all at the moment. So we could get dirt paths here. What would that do? Goes up by 34 for our trade in this region. We don't have any roads across this main bit of our territory. So that would be relatively beneficial for moving stuff across from west to east. So we'll do that. As you can see, it's taking 2 turns just to get from one side with roads to the other side of the territory that has roads as well. So dirt roads in the middle will speed things up there considerably, which will be lovely.
As you wish. We can go no further today. My lord speaks, my lord.
Okay. The siege of Minas Morgul. Do a backup file like I did with the Dunedain and Dale. I always do 2 files. I don't know why I didn't do 2 files at the end of the last episode, but generally I do 2 files if I can. Night Fight obviously doesn't do really much else. So they get 4 Uruk defenders. Okay, so I said about 3 or 4. And that's trying to remember it from my Dunedain campaign. I think we took this place in the Dunedain one. Do 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 do. Hopefully you guys can hear the music, and it doesn't sound like I'm just humming to myself. Do 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 do. Wow, miles back. Come on. Oh, why am I not jumping forwards? There we go. Thankfully, it's put the siege ram with the unit that I wanted to give it to in the first place, which is nice of the game. Oh. Well, you can just sit there with a ram then. Not a lot of archers. So there's my archers there. We'll keep them in their own little group. Well, awkward unit placement over here. Ah, that'll do. It's going to be an awkward map anyway. Right. Ram, get to work. Infantry forward. Today we reclaim what was lost in the previous war. So immediately they've put Uruk defenders up front. Understandable. Throwing all their weight into their frontline defense there. So I'm going to just bring all my infantry up to here. I'm going to get my archers up front. So bring Boromir and this guy up front. In fact, I might bring them right into the middle of the infantry pile as well. I think my heavy units are going to be needed. Not going to bother running my units because we've only just reached the gate now, so...
The battering ram is in place. It'll not be long before our enemy's defenses fall.
One more.
Done well. The gates are open.
Okay. So, archers, would you mind just laying into those people there? Actually, hold fire because let's bring you guys out of the way. You guys come up front. Rangers up front as well. So I'm just putting my stuff forward here. My archers. And fire at will. Any damage we can do to these defenders will be fantastic. The defenders I want to take out the most of all because of their sheer numbers. As you can see, they're not going down very quickly. So let them group up. We'll fire a volley. When they go loose, we stop firing. Wait for them to group up again. Or actually, we'll just aim at the other group. Just keep alternating between the two units here. Hold fire. Next one. Not doing as much damage to the other one because it's a bit further away and most of our units are shooting up and over the walls to get to them. rather than this front unit that's right up close. We've actually taken out a few of the halberds as well, which is good. How come my group of 45 archers has almost run out of ammo? Huh. Right. I think we've done quite a bit of damage with our archers now. 15%, that's fine. Down to 80 defenders up front. So let's send in the first wave. What's their attack like? 6 for 15? Mine's 7 for 10. Oh dear. Alright. In we go. Hit that front unit. I'll send in my Lossar Axeman as well. Right, you hold position because you're going to wait for the others to catch up. Going in on your own is just suicidal. There we go. Oh, we even got a nice little charge in there as well. Oops. Right, if I can pull my Axeman off to the flank there, that'd be nice. See if I can get Boromir onto the other flank.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Halberds are down to 9. Boromir's still on the move. Right. Once we've cleared a bit of a path here on the right, I'll send my archers off to the flank up this way. Right, archers, this way, let's go. Get onto the flanks. The halberds are all dead. We've broken through. That charge. Oh, axe in the back. Oh, spin attack right there in the middle. Lovely stuff. Just get our archers formed up on the flanks in case they're needed. Bring our troops forward inside now. Are they bringing any of their other defenders out, or are they keeping inside? Looks like they're going to start moving forward a bit. Look at the overview here. Oh, good. Look, they're in retreat. The defenders are in retreat there. When I've played this on the Dunedain campaign, I had my archers on a flank here, and I think we just absolutely wrecked the enemy with missiles for the entire battle, because I think I was a little bit outmatched, so I had to rely on my archers a lot in that one. It worked out quite well. Into the face. Nice. Enemy captain down. Well, the enemy general doesn't abandon his men. He's kind of dead. So. Right. So we've got all these defenders up here. How are we going to do this? So I have to send all my melee infantry into the pile here, and then bring my archers around to the flank, I think. Because they've still got 2 full units of defenders. Right. Can you just run down that slope, or do you have to run all the way around? You have to run around. Okay, great. Round you go. Meanwhile, the enemy's trying to shoot at us with their archers, but they're not really getting very far with that. Oh, full unit of defenders coming through. Right, group of 19. I'm going to retreat you because you're almost dead. Okay. Let's bring up some heavier infantry here. In fact, I'll send them off to the flanks. Either side. Which kind of neutralizes my archers a bit here, but my melee infantry are doing a pretty good job so far, so... Oh, there's 5 halberds that survived, apparently. Huh. Next unit of defenders is coming through. So archers, you might as well come across here, ready to run through that gate when we can get to the flanks. I have to say, the armor for the Uruk defenders looks pretty good. Go on, infantry. That one swan guard is just going all at it on his own into the gate. And he's dead. That'd have been cool if he managed to survive. He just ran through the gate with his sword drawn and see what he could do. See, they're throwing everything they've got into that gateway now. Unfortunately for the enemy, they're not really fighting back very well at the moment. They're only getting a few kills and not really hitting me hard. Me, on the other hand, I am battering them. Ah. There we go. Better camera angle here. This is a massacre in this gateway here. This axeman here. Slam. You just hear my men in the background trying to march forward. Just the marching sound going on. %7 for 59. We've lost. We've not gained. We've not gone up by 1%, and the enemy have gone up by 7%. Oh, okay. 1% to per 7% of the enemies at the moment. As our numbers get increasingly smaller, we can have more and more men to slice them up. Oh, the archers are trying to run. Good luck with that. Here comes some more defenders. So after the battle, what I'll probably do is I'll probably take Boromir back to Osgiliath, and he can hold that. And I'll leave this guy, whatever his name is, to hold this fortress. The remnants of the Orc Maulers are coming back. Come on, guys. My men are getting tired. Oh, there's another unit of 106 to deal with. Right. See if I can pull Boromir out of there. Lovely. Did Boromir himself escape? Yes, he did. Okay, lovely. That's good. Right. Spearmen. Defensive line there, please. Archers to the flanks. We need to open these Uruks up a bit. Yeah, I'm going to lose a few men there by doing this, but this just completely opens these guys up a bit so that we can wreck them with our archers now. Okay, let's see if the enemy come through with anything else. Yep, they're sending some more Uruk defenders through. And they will be met with the full force of my archers. So from 41 to 30, 29. Nice. Here comes another 26 and another 78. And they keep coming back. Also gives our troops a bit of a chance to catch their breath. Keeping an eye on the time as well. Oh, made it a bit further forward this time, and they're still going to rout probably. Yep, there we go. All right. All troops forward. Take out those scouts at the back. Down, there you go. Three Uruk halberds. That's two unit captains and a bannerman. That bannerman is not going down. There's the captain count. So the bannerman is still alive for this unit. He's got 4 men around him smacking him with swords. He's just taking every hit. There we go. Now he's down. Lovely. There we go. We have taken the citadel. 191 for 747. So bear in mind that I know I was a bit cautious with that battle. I used up a lot of the time that I had available for that battle. But don't forget, this garrison is going to be the one that's going to be holding this place. I don't think it's got enough strength left to carry on to Cirith Ungol and hold both places. So it needs to hold Minas Morgul for as long as possible, or as we're going to now rename it to Minas ITHIL. It needs to hold on to it. And it's only just about got enough strength to do that, so...
We have vanquished the enemy. We have gained a territory.
Excellent. Boromir, back to Osgiliath with you. Well, what I'll do is I'll actually cycle out a couple of these militia units for retraining, and the peacekeepers as well. So we'll rebuild the garrison that way. Send this archer unit back for retraining at Minas Tirith. Okay, great. Right, guys, that is actually all the time I'm going to have for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the battle for Minas Morgul. Let's remember to rename it Minas ITHIL, I think it is. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and next episode we will continue on with our attacks against Mordor. I'm hopefully going to recruit some more troops over the next couple of turns, so that we can then push into Mordor's territory itself. We'll go for Cirith Ungol properly. For the moment, we'll just hold Minas ITHIL and see where we can go from that point. But yeah, so far so good. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.